guys? We are back for another stream today. Super excited to jump in some PoE. It is Monday. We had a great weekend. We had a really chill weekend. Got to hang out with just the wife and the kids yesterday and kind of just have one of those days where you remember why you work so hard and why you do it for. So super chill day. But today I want to start out with a video because we are 1 week away from President Trump being inaugurated. And so what I want to talk about today is the most important thing. So for those of you guys who don't know, I founded and ran a 501c3 called Kids Lives Matter back in 2020. And we ran it for about 3 years, and we helped over 200 victims of child trafficking in that time span. And I have some absolutely insane stories and some absolutely heartbreaking things that I've seen, and some things that I'll never forget and never be okay with again. It was literally one of the worst things I've ever seen. Some of the things that I was shown and I was subjected to, and the stories and the way that we did it. It was some of the worst, most heinous crimes that I've ever even been exposed to. And so today I'm excited because we are 1 week away from the Epstein list being revealed, because this guy, this is Cash, in case you don't know, he is going to be Trump's new FBI director. And if you haven't followed this guy, you know, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. The fact that we don't have the list, the fact that the Epstein list, now the Diddy list, I understand because it's probably not confirmed. There's probably so much evidence that has to be sifted through of who actually did what. And so I'm okay with that list not being out yet. What I'm not okay with is the Epstein list being out. It has been well past time. We want to know who's on that list. We want to know the details of that. It's all there. They have it. And so I'm going to watch this quick video, react to it. And then I want to ask the major question, which is, while you're watching this, Cash brings up a couple good points, which is the whole problem. It's the whole system. It's not the left, it's not the right. It's all of them. And so I want to go over this and just explain that the biggest problem right now is, why is this not available yet? The fact that this is not available yet should tell you everything you need to know about every single person who's currently in power and has the power to release this list, because this is not okay. And let's watch this video.
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing? Oh,
I saw you
give out the list.
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that.
Yeah.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Now, here's the thing really quickly. I don't care I don't even know who this host is. I don't watch this guy regularly. Obviously I follow this subject very closely. I don't know who Benny is. I honestly, I don't know if he's left or right. I'm assuming he's a right leaning person, just based on having Cash on their show. But that being said, this is not okay. The fact that they're doing this is not okay. The fact that this list has not been released is completely 100% unacceptable. And the fact that the sitting president has done nothing about it tells you everything you need to know about the sitting president. Because this should be out there. We should know every single person on that list. And I don't care, to be honest with you, I'm sorry, but I don't care if it makes those people who are on that list and who did these things, I don't care if it endangers them. They should be in jail or worse. Okay, they should be in jail or worse. And you can read into that however you want. I don't care how severe past that you go. I really don't with these people. This is unacceptable. Okay, it's not okay. We all know it's not okay. There's zero people on earth who think it's okay. They're not minor attracted people. They don't have a name. They're not protected. These are pedophiles. Okay, that's what they are. So
simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? And why is it that the Senate, you know, and good for Senator Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, no, we're not going to release the names. I don't care about the list itself, but if you release the names, right? What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? You're going to accept Dick Durbin's word or whoever that guy is as to who is on that list and who isn't, and that it can and can't be released?
Yep.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. We have an election coming up, and we need to adjudicate this matter at the polls. God knows the FBI and DOJ aren't going to do anything. But how are you going to reward the FBI with a new headquarters building after their illegal surveillance on Donald Trump continues with a reauthorization of FISA, and we can't even get basic documents out? This is why America hates Congress. And this is why I'm tired of the Republican majority saying they're going to get the job done. And
yeah, and this is the point, right? This is why I don't care what side you're on. I really don't. I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're right. Every single person agrees on this. Every single person agrees on this. The fact that both parties have control and ability in this situation to be able to push to get this released, and the fact that this is not unanimous, 100% unanimous. Bring it to the House, bring it to the Senate. If any single person votes against releasing this list, the person who voted against it should be judged accordingly. And we should have the names of every single person who voted against it. This is absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, this video came out before the elections, which I understand what they're saying, and I understand why they didn't do it before that, because obviously most of the people on these lists are probably political figures, so they don't want those people because it might damage one side or the other more. But in all actuality, the fact is it's going to damage both sides, which is good because they don't belong on either team. They should be shunned. They should be thrown out. They should be absolutely blacklisted from ever being anything ever again in any capacity for this. And they should have to explain their entire story of what happened and how it happened. Because, again, there's a million theories on this. If you've watched any videos on how and what happened at this island, okay, there's probably a lot of people who were completely taken advantage of and didn't know exactly what they were doing. That's fine. I want those stories too. I want to know every single thing that happened so that we can actually get to the bottom of everything that went down. But right now, the fact that both sides are trying to cover this and not do anything about it is bananas. And this guy, just so you know, this guy right here, that is going to be your new FBI director, which means he will be in charge. He will have that list. Now, the odds that that list has not been tampered with is 0% chance. Because when you're mentioning guys with the amount of money that they're mentioning in this, right? I'm not going to name names. I don't know who was on there, and I'm not going to damn anybody for that because, again, until we have the evidence, we have the list, we know how many times they were on the logs. This is the one thing you can't cast judgment on without having facts. You can't say this person was there, this person was there, this person was there, right? There's reports of all these former presidents and all these current huge political figures and everything else. We need to see it, right? And I'm not going to list, name, or damn a single person until we get that list. But the point is, we are 1 week away from this dude being in charge of the FBI. Do I think the list that he is going to get is going to be the total list that the FBI has been quote unquote sitting on now for years, and they haven't messed with it or gotten people's name off or said, hey, give me $25 million or $50 million and I'll erase your name off every single list and log and every court file and everything else? They have the power to do that. Why would they not do that? I'd do it. If I was working for the FBI and I had this list and I was already a scumbag, what wouldn't I do for 50 million bucks? And all of the people that we're talking about have that kind of money. Oh, you don't have 50? How much is this worth to you? Oh, 20? Okay. This is the conversation that these people are going to be having, and they've already done it. It's already been done. So just understand that we are going to get a list, but we're not going to get the full list because it's already been too long. Okay. And the fact that we're having this conversation is absolutely bananas, but this guy's going to come in and he's going to release information. And I believe he should release all of it. Every single thing, release all of it on Epstein, on everything, on every single thing, on Kennedy, on 9/11, all of it. I want to see all of it. I want to see all the pages. Because, again, this is the kind of stuff that whether it's hard for people to stomach, whether it's okay for people to see, it has to be available in a free country. There's the government's not protecting us. They're protecting themselves. And the point of the government is they work for the people. That is how the government works. They get funded by my tax dollars. They work for me. We want this information. We have begged for this information. It is unanimous across any poll that you ever look at about this list that it should be released, and it should have been released yesterday, and they refuse to do it, which means they are refusing to do the job that they are being paid to do. Okay? This is not okay. It needs to change. And now that I'm fired up, let's go kill some shit in Path of Exile.